So I want to take a moment out. My glasses are on. It means I'm being very serious. Recently, I've been adapting recipes from one of my favorite sites, which is Bon Appetit. I've been buying their magazines for the last 30 years. I know, it's crazy. And in this current climate, things are coming out, which I think have to. For those of us who work in a creative medium, often we're not really paid for the work we do on that creative space. I'm really fortunate. I work for incredible people who pay me for my creativity, which is incredible. But sadly, that's not often the case. Photographers and artists and dancers and graphic artists, people who create recipes, test recipes, don't always get paid for the work they do. Something along the lines of, you were gonna eat that anyways, or you were going to create the music. Why are we paying for your creative expression? The reason is because I don't know that we were going to create this opera or dance this dance. If I was worried about feeding my children, maybe then I would become an accountant. Thank you for paying for my creativity, because it is then shared really, really widely. So one of the sad things that came out, but I'm really pleased it came out, is that Bon Appetit, which has these amazing videos that have gone viral, my kids love watching them. It turns out that some who were presenting these videos weren't paid for their work, while the white ones were. And it's really wonderful that everything that's happening in this world is leading us to have conversations that go further than just, the really angry, the riots and the looting, but really looks at the small, because that small has really big effects. It really is that butterfly wing somewhere really far from us, which affects us here. So thank you all for always being so welcoming and so warm about the creativity that I and my team share with the world. You're all creative and we appreciate what you do. Thank you for appreciating what we do. See y'all soon. Welcome back to Tom. This whole week we're doing new generation comfort food. And today we're making this guy, the big salad. That's what we call it around here. The big one, because it is delicious. It is jam-packed with flavor. And who said salad can't be comfort food? Seriously, this guy's got chicken, Kabanos, ginger, umami mayonnaise dressing. It is out of control. So stick around while I'll teach you how to make this awesome big salad. This whole week, we're doing a new generation of comfort food that speaks to us today. It's not that one-note mashed potatoes, which are great, but we're adding flavor and we're adding texture. So to me, chicken salad is one of those really comforting dishes. I grew up with it. There was leftover chicken, often from Shabbat. My mom would try to make something with it, usually unsuccessfully, not because she isn't a great cook, but I don't think she thought of it ahead of time. Like, let's make this chicken salad extraordinary, comforting, packed with flavor, packed with texture, and that's what we're gonna do today. So we're gonna throw out the salad, all of my favorite bits that go into a salad. And as we all know, the best part of the salad is the topping and the dressing. I mean, the lettuce is good, but only because of the amazing topping and dressing that goes onto it. So let's start straight away with our topping. And let me show you, I've got my frying pan here. And my topping is a Kabanos ginger topping. So I have a whole bunch of Kabanos, I'll show you, which I sliced at an angle, and I'm gonna fry them in a dry pan. There is so much fat in these guys that I don't need to add any oil. So we're gonna spread them out, and they're gonna start frying fairly fast. And while they do that, let's get on with making the next component, which is the ginger. Let's move all of our dressing ingredients out of the way. So here we have a big bit of ginger, and I'm going to break off these. Not that they're bad, but I need quite a bit. There we go. That's the bit of ginger I'm using. And the easiest way to deal with ginger is actually to peel it with a teaspoon. So ginger, teaspoon, and you just use the spoon. Check that out, see? And it pulls away what is actually really thin skin on the ginger, and you don't end up with losing a lot of the ginger that way. So I'm gonna keep on peeling it with my spoon, and then we're gonna cut it up. So our Kabanos are happily cooking away. It doesn't take very long. It's about 5 minutes until they start crisping up. And what I have here is my ginger. I julienned it, which is cut into little matchstick pieces. They have these peelers that you could julienne. I find with ginger, the easiest way to do this is actually just using a knife. So as my Kabanos are frying, I'm gonna add the ginger to the pan, and they're gonna fry right along with the Kabanos. We're gonna keep on cooking until everything is fried and starts crisping up. And I know it's like the most unhealthy way to top a salad, but it's delicious. So our Kabanos and ginger are cooked. Let me show you. Check that out, Kabanos and ginger. I'm gonna add to the frying pan with the heat off a tablespoon of black sesame seeds. And that is it. Our topping is done. And you're gonna add this to your salad at the very last minute, just before it goes to the table. But we're gonna let that cool while we make the rest of the salad, which is really just making this incredible dressing. So for our big salad, the salad dressing is actually a really quick, really easy mayonnaise. So you get a little technique going on here as well. Mayonnaise is simply the combination of eggs and oil until it emulsifies and you get a mayo out of it. So what we have here is 1 egg yolk. The egg yolk is going into my blender. You can absolutely 100% do this by hand with a whisk, but I want to use my blender. I love my blender, and it's here, and I usually feel like I don't use it enough. Okay, into my bowl are going all these non-mayonnaise ingredients, but what it's going to do is jam-pack our dressing with incredible flavors. So what I have here is a tablespoon of raw trina is going into this little bowl here. And you can do this straight into the blender, but I prefer to mix it all on its own. Then we have a tablespoon of soy sauce. I know it's the oddest combination of ingredients, but what you're gonna get is this umami flavor that comes from our next ingredient, which is 1 tablespoon of white miso is going in there, and 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil, and 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. I know it's like wacky, but we live in a multicultural world. Let's use whatever is there. And I love that all of these ingredients are available in the kosher shop about 15 minutes down the road. It's amazing. So I'm combining all my different ingredients. That was trina, white miso, soy sauce, toasted sesame oil, and lemon juice. And in my blender, I have my egg yolk. I'm gonna add this mix to the egg yolk. And then we're gonna start making our mayo. This is really exciting. What I have here is 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil. Let's put the lid on my blender, take off that center bit, and on the lowest setting, should have been careful with that, I'm going to stream in my oil a little bit at a time until it starts emulsifying. And it should happen fairly soon. Not that I'm gonna see it because of the mess I've made, but we're gonna have a mayo any second now without getting my white top totally covered in salad dressing. All right, all the oil is in, I hope. And let's cover this guy up. Check it out, mayo on my hand. It didn't take very long. So let's see our results. And yes, there is definitely an amazing mayo in there. Doing it with a whisk, you will not cause as big of a mess, but it will take a little bit longer. So let's get all our different ingredients together because we're nearly there. All right, we're ready to assemble our salad. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. Our big salad is out of control. And yeah, there are a lot of little bitty ingredients, but totally worth it. So let me show you what we've got. We've got our topping that we started with, the Kabanos ginger and sesame topping. We've got our mayo with all those awesome ingredients, the miso and the soy and the tahina. We've got our salad component, which is a whole head of romaine lettuce, which we've shredded, 3 scallions. Here in England, they call them salad onions or green onions. And 1 chicken shredded. It really is a leftover chicken from Shabbat. I bought too much chicken. I cooked too much chicken and we didn't eat it. So I just took the chicken off the bone, shredded it up, and those are our salad components. Let's talk about tossing salad for a moment. These gorgeous guys, which I love, look how pretty those are not for tossing a salad. They are great for serving a salad. So let's put those aside. Even these much more functional spoons aren't brilliant at tossing a salad. The best thing for tossing salad are these guys, hands. So I usually toss my salad with my hands. I'm gonna put on gloves. You can wash your hands as well and not use gloves. But what happens is that you can actually feel the lettuce. You get a lot less dressing going onto your salad this way. It's not haphazard and like everything gets coated. So let's start with our chicken. I have the chicken here. I'm going to add half my dressing to my chicken, because what's worse than a chicken salad where the chicken doesn't have any dressing? So in goes half my dressing, and I'm gonna just use my hands to make sure that all the chicken is coated in my dressing. See, with a spoon, this wouldn't have happened. This is why hands are amazing. All right, it is absolutely everywhere. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so excited for lunch. It's not even normal how exciting this is. If you want to make this salad ahead of time, then you would make all the components, keep them in the fridge separately and assemble it just before serving. That said, the dressing really will only stay fresh for a day. It's got a raw egg in it, so be careful who you serve it to. Okay, our chicken is covered. Next component is the lettuce. Separately, I'm gonna add the scallions to the lettuce. I'm gonna reserve some just for the top. I'm gonna add some more of my dressing. And once again, I'm gonna use my hands to ensure that everything gets covered. All right, so my lettuce is covered in dressing. My chicken's covered in dressing. And here's my next tip. I like serving salads in a big, wide, flat bowl. I feel like the deep bowls, even this is one of my great salad bowls, the deep bowls kind of, I don't know, somehow the salad gets buried. So I'm gonna add my lettuce to my bowl. Oh my goodness, about 3/4 of it just went in. I'm gonna top it with my chicken. I'm then gonna add the rest of the lettuce. I'm gonna give it a good mix. Our salad, our big salad is ready. It's tossed beautifully. My last 2 tips before it leaves your kitchen is as follows. I do this with all salads. A tiny little sprinkle of salt on top, just as it walks out the door. And because we have these black sesame seeds here, we're gonna do a little sprinkle of them also on top. As it walks out the door, check that out. That is our big salad, totally worth the effort. It is incredible. So I hope you try it out. Let us know how you get on and see y'all soon.